If you want to learn how I do my lash fills, please keep watching. So this is my client Kenya. We are over 3-week retention. She did have to reschedule her last fill, so that's why we did push it over 3 weeks. But you can see how good her lashes still look. Of course, she has outgrown eyelashes, but her coverage is still amazing. I always start with washing their lashes, no matter whether it's a full set or a fill. I just want to make sure they are clean as possible and we have no retention issues. After cleansing the lashes, I do like to brush with my pair spoolies and use my mini fan. And then we are going to be placing the gel pads and tape to cover those bottom eyelashes. Like I always say, be sure you are not touching their waterline because this will irritate the client. So after we place the gel pads and tape, I just want to adjust accordingly, make sure it's not bothering them. And then I'm going to go ahead and brush the extensions just to see everything clearly and make sure I could not see any of those bottom eyelashes. And then I'm going to go in and remove all of my outgrown and twisted eyelashes. So let's go ahead and do that. I think it is so satisfying when I remove all the outgrown eyelashes. So I like to do the banana peel and I like to do the pop-off method. When I do have a lot of space at the bottom, like this one, for example, I love to do the pop-off method. But a lot of my placement is side placement. So when I'm trying to do a banana peel, it doesn't really work that way because the natural lash is on the side of the extension and it ends up just splitting. So I rather not do that and not damage. So the pop off is going to be the safest in my approach. But usually when I place spikes, I do place all my spikes on top of the natural lash. So I could do banana peel with no problem. Now I'm just mapping her out. She did do a doll eye styling. It is a wispy volume set. So all my numbers at the top will be the spikes and all the numbers at the bottom is going to be for her base. And those are all fans. In this case, I wanted to make sure all her fans were placed second. So I ended up putting the spikes first. I put all my spikes down, making sure that both eyes were as even as possible. And yeah, we got the spikes first and then we went in with the fans. What is your favorite, to do fans or spikes when you're placing? I like doing both, honestly, but spikes are obviously a little bit more tedious. You have to make sure that they are all symmetrical and going the right way and direction so they don't look crazy. By the way, spikes are always on the top layer. They can also be added to the second middle layer, but for the most part, your spikes need to be placed at the top so they stand out. That was an issue when I first started doing wispy sets or spiked sets. When I first started out, I was like, why aren't they appearing right? Why aren't they looking right? And it was because I didn't put them on the correct layer. So here is another spike placement. And then I just go back and forth to both eyes. There are times where I would work on one full eye, finish it, and then do the entire second eye last. But I don't do that anymore. I was kind of just seeing my way when I first started out lashing. But this is definitely the most efficient way to lash, is working on both eyes at the same time. Since we are in the outer corner, this direction is going to be kind of like a swoop, kind of going towards the ear. So sometimes you have to change the direction of placement, just depending on the area of the eye you are working on. And I am constantly looking through my lash mirror for, just the appearance of how they're looking. Always looking through the lash mirror, seeing if I need to take something off or add something. So when you're lashing, just be sure you have your little lash mirror next to you because you should be looking through the lashes every so often and not just waiting all the way until the end. All right, we are almost done with this fill. So here is a cute little 13 eyelash. I do use like narrow, not too much of a wide fan. I love using narrow fans. Those are my favorite. So she is all lashed up. Remove the gel pads. Clean off all the hairs you get on your client. I always get hairs on my client. And here are the results. Nice and full.